67th Town Hall on October the 12th. We have a really exciting week here at Status, so it will probably be quite a short town hall, but some really good updates nonetheless. On the People Ops side, I just wanted to let everybody know that we are actually doing a build week this week. So on Thursday last week, we held a call where core contributors pitched some really exciting ideas, and they're going to be working either individually or in small teams this week. So lots of exciting stuff. It's all on Discuss if anyone wants to check it out. And then presentation day is on Thursday, and then we will vote to see which projects are the most desirable. So good luck, everybody. Enjoy this week, and we're really excited to see what everyone's come up with at the end of this week. Thank you. Over to Tio, who will give us an update on anniversaries and new starters. Thanks, Tio.
Hey everyone, so we would like to say happy anniversary to Alex Howell. Happy first year anniversary, Alex. You've made it, you nailed it. Status gives you a big thank you, and keep up the awesome work you have done for the graphic design team. Next slide, please, Terry. Also, 2-year anniversary for Pascal Precht. Pascal is part of the Embark team, has been with Status for the past 2 years. I guess your things are getting pretty serious and you're enjoying the work that you're doing with Status, and a big thank you from the team as well, Pascal. And now we have a few in. We have 3 new starters, Sanaz, Hano, and Carly. We just decided that everyone would do a short intro video about themselves. And Terry, could you play the videos, please?
Oh, sorry.
You might have to reshare the tab because we don't hear anything. So when you share the tab, you have to click share audio.
Oh, sorry.
I think you did do that.
So you couldn't hear that, Jacob?
No. So you have to, I think, reshare the tab in StreamYard and click the checkbox for sharing audio.
Sorry, where is the sharing audio box?
You have to go into the StreamYard part, I think, and you have to remove the shared screen. In StreamYard, not in here.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, go to your tab at the last tab in your browser. Last tab in your browser.
This one?
Yeah. Stop screen. Yeah, stop screen at the bottom, and then share again. And when you share the tab, you have to click share audio. Otherwise, there will be no audio. Yeah, it's stupid, I know.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. Okay.
Oh, so I did the exact same mistake at least twice. So. I'll call this a UI issue rather than your problem.
But you didn't give me the option to share.
What? Oh no. Let me try. Maybe I can do it. Brief tab. Town hall. Oh, wait, no, that's the wrong one. Brief tab. Share audio. Yeah, I see it. Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry, I've got it.
Oh, you found it?
I've got it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right. Sorry. Right. Let's check this out.
Okay.
Hello, everyone. My name is.
Yeah, that's better.
I have a PhD in computer science and engineering. My expertise are researching, architecting, and developing distributed cryptographic protocols. That includes secure multi-party computations, encrypted computations, and zero-knowledge proofs. Previously, I was a senior computer scientist at Cryptonumerics and essentially researching and developing the data anonymization techniques using differential privacy and k-anonymity. Well, I joined the Status as a protocol engineer, as a part of the VAC team and working on Vaku. I'm very glad and excited to be part of the Status family. A couple of personal facts about me. I'm living in Vancouver. I love the nature and the outdoor activities. I also do oil painting. And at the end, I wish you all a great day. Thank you. Hello, everyone. My name is
Maybe click escape.
Yeah. Sorry, having a few technical issues today, but that was an awesome update. Thanks, Sanas.
Hi, I'm Hanu. I'll be joining Status as a protocol engineer. My background is in engineering and telecommunications, and I've worked in this domain for the past 7 years in Stellenbosch in South Africa. I'm looking forward to getting started and meeting all of you.
Great. So that was Hanoi. So thanks so much. We're so excited to have you on board. And then the last. but not
Hello,
least.
everyone. I'm Carly Howard. I'm the new in-house legal consultant for Status. I'm American, living in Berlin. I have Juris Doctorate and legal master's degrees from the University of Miami, and I started practicing law with large law firms, including K&L Gates. I also worked in investment management with large banks, including Wells Fargo and CIBC. My experience is mostly in fiduciary and custody accounts, as well as corporate and wealth transfer tax. I left the corporate world some years ago to run a startup as chief operating officer. It was an angel investment I made that took off. And after we sold that company, I decided to become a consultant. So I've been working with venture capital funds, family offices, technology companies, law firms, and other businesses that are interested in legal operations, building best practices, global issues, including cross-border regulatory and compliance concerns, and just a general organization for fast growth. I got my start in crypto back in 2016, and then I worked in 2017, 2018 with a venture capital fund in Berlin that invests in artificial intelligence startups throughout Europe. They wanted to tokenize their fund. So I helped with building a platform to onboard investors, and that included KYC, AML, FATCA, OECD Common Reporting Standards, and other regulatory concerns for a security token. I'm really happy to be dedicated to this space again and working with Status, building privacy and security tools that everybody needs. I'm really passionate about this project and very happy to be here.
Awesome. Thanks, Carly. We're very excited to have you on board. Right. Next up, we are going to go over to Core and we're going to hear from Andreas.
Yep, thank you. Hello, everyone. So in the previous 2 weeks, we've been a bit busy releasing, essentially. You know, that we released 1.7, 1.71, and 1.72. 1.71 and 1.72 were two like hot fixes releases. And we had a couple of issues, one with migrations and another one with some contract addresses that have been migrated and we didn't know about, and you know that caused some issues with fetching your balances, but should be all fixed now. Regarding 1.8, which is going to be the next release, it's going to be essentially a bug fixing release. You know, like we're going to have some minor features, but we hope to cut it pretty soon and just release it quickly. And then we're working on 1.9, you know, like where some of the features we're currently working on will probably be released. We're talking about local notification for transaction, profile status updates, link unfurling, moderated public chats, and and maybe profile pictures. That's something that we have been working on. Not all of it is going to be released in 1.9, and we need to still look at the scope and decide what and when. So that's pretty much it from Cora. Thank you.
Thanks, Andreas.
Thank you.
Next, we're going to get an update from infrastructure, and over to you, Jacob.
Hey. Oh man, those are broken. I must have picked the wrong color. That's what happens when you use like dark mode and try to have everything dark. clicked white. Oh well, I'll just read it out. That's the main thing that has been happening is still a lot of work related to the Windows Desktop. I've been improving the continuous integration host setup. I've been moving stuff to Ansible, so it's easier to reproduce things when we create new Windows hosts for building the Windows app. We'll have a lot of improvements for generally the CI setup for both desktop and mobile. For example, we essentially split our accounts for Infura, and we now use separate tokens for different types of builds for essentially easier tracking of RPC calls for fetching information about the blockchain. I've been doing a lot of work with essentially improving the universal links, or also known as deep links, and we now have support for private groups, and also we have referral code support for QR codes, and there's going to be some essentially UI look improvements to the deep links coming soon. We'll also have a new system for security management, which is called the Hive, and that's for internal use only, of course. It's essentially a way for us to more easily track and manage security events and improve security for both infrastructure and software itself. That's most of it, really. All of everything else is all kinds of small fixes that were found out in the process of various upgrades when deploying the Hive. That's about it. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. Anyone who is using Fathom, if you have trouble logging into Fathom Analytics, just use a different browser than Brave. I have no idea what's happening, but it just doesn't show the login page. So just try something else like Chrome. It's fucked up. Thank you.
Thanks, Jacob. I'm just going to just try and do that. Sorry about that, guys. Having major technical issues today. Right, over to Keycard. So we'd love to hear from Guy Louis.
Yeah, sure. So this is going to be a very quick one. So Keycard, we are selling now for several weeks an average of 10 cards per week. And with regards to the development within Status app, the 3 items we're going to work on and that are in the backlog to be worked on by core team is first add a feature to reset the key card and remove the multi-account that was held by this key card. Second one is to help users how to move from their Status account without a key card to an account where the key card is the security of the account. And third, it will be iOS integration. The 2 first one are pretty important to be, to have some feature completeness, let's say, of the key card within Status. And the third one about iOS is asked actually quite a lot on our channel. So we're going to do it. About Status Pay, what we're working on right now within Keycard team is at the application and UX level. We are refactoring our Status Pay smart contracts, especially the wallet, to consume less gas, given the context where gas usage has to be done super efficiently to reduce usage. And we are, and actually Andrea is implementing the Redeem DApp UI, which was done by an external contributor. Redeeming means it's a smart contract and UI that allows to redeem some ERC20s that are locked into a smart contract, and you unlock them and redeem them by tapping your key card, and this redeem can be done to any wallet, not necessarily the wallet that your key card is protecting. It can be anyone. So actually this contract and this UI, once it will be running, we'll share it here, obviously. It could be used for some other use cases, even without key card. And regarding layer 2s, which is a hot subject currently, we're still discussing the landscape, all the solutions, and especially with regards to how, I mean, status pay is one usage for layer 2s where we need layer 2s, and we're mostly discussing what solution exists where SMT utilities could live too. And on the dev side, regarding L2, we've adapted our smart contracts, the ones from status pay, to the OVM from Optimism. OVM is very close to a standard EVM, but there are slight differences in the way it's architectured, and the team has made the necessary changes if we were to run on Optimism. And we're also looking at running our contracts on the XDAI network currently, because we think it can make sense for keycard payments. And that's it for today.
Thanks, Guy-Louis. Next up, we're going to hear from Simona and Jinho on the marketing and the community and ambassadors. So I'll just lump those all together for Simona to take over. Thank you.
Lovely. Thank you, Terry. So Johnny is on a well-deserved holiday this week. And I'll run you through marketing, and then we'll also go through some community updates, and then Jinho will present the Q3 stats for ambassadors. So just quickly, the influencer program has been going very, very well, particularly in Brazil and Argentina. We have a lot of content being delivered and status being mentioned in the content of the influencers listed there. We also have a Udemy course that's very near completion. So just the finishing touches getting added to that. And then we will be able to see how that gets promoted and how we can get more people learning about status in Brazil. Argentina, the same. There's a lot of great content, and I'll mention in the community update a little bit more that we're doing in LATAM. Product contact from Rajiv, the spam mitigation efforts, and also technical overview of the desktop releases. Awesome content for you to check out, as always, from Rajiv. Product campaigns, we have 1.7 content, and then desktop. That's been, I guess, the highlight over the last couple of weeks. We're working on a chatbot so that the onboarding experience is a lot more straightforward and a lot more helpful, particularly for newcomers. It can be a little bit daunting, so we know that there are a lot of things that we need to address. So we are working on that welcome bot, and we'll be testing it out and obviously learning and improving as we go. Performance, evergreen campaigns, and global testing. We'll see some figures on the next slide, please. So it's a really good, as we're seeing a progression, it's starting to be a very good balance between new and returning users. And just so you can kind of get an idea of when these things happen, you can see the different releases and also the AMAs and how they're impacting those figures and how we're essentially evolving, hopefully in a nice kind of uptick trajectory. And then on the next one, we can see the difference on the next slide, please. We can see the difference between organic and paid. Obviously, I very much like to see the organic side of things and that balancing out with paid. And you can see very clearly, for instance, in prep for the Vitalik AMA, we had almost 2,000 new downloads, and that was all organic. So again, we're looking for that nice balance between the two, and yeah, increasing that those organic results. And then next slide, please. And then in terms of community updates, so as we mentioned, we had a lot of activity in terms of partnerships and in terms of AMAs. We have just finalized the Aave sticker competition, including votes within status and on Twitter. We're going to be announcing winners this week. We obviously had, and we also had an Aave AMA, which was really great to see. And then the Vitalik AMA was on the 8th of October. And you can see on the right-hand side, those little peaks in activity, and that's number of messages peaked. The first one is the AMA, and then the other one with I think over 800 messages. That was the Vitalik AMA. So great engagement and great buzz in the channels. Then upcoming, we've got Balancer AMA this week, Super Rare coming up, Rack, we're gonna do a great AMA with him about his new token, Matcha, and a lot of good stuff coming. Our Gitcoin partnership, we moved from the initial first phase, which was supporting grants round 7. We're moving to the next phase, which is grants round 8, and we will be funding a privacy round. More details coming on that later. We'll also include a deeper collaboration, including kernel and hackathons, and we're also forming a security working group. So again, stay tuned for all of those exciting developments. Educational initiatives, I mentioned this before, we're working on a DeFi course with Aave, plus queuing up an NFT one in collaboration with Super Rare. We've got a development and financial literacy course with Blockchain Academy Brazil. We're going through some testing in terms of how to deliver the content at the moment. And we're probably going to move towards some recorded content with some live sessions peppered throughout. Also, crypto and DeFi courses for Colombia. You can see a course that's happening throughout November, running up until December, actually, where Alan, our marketing for Argentina, is featured there, and he will be covering the wallet section of that whole course. You can see he is in very, very good company in terms of speakers, so that should be a great exposure for us, again, in LATAM. And we're getting involved with a blockchain course at USC Boulder. Again, I'll have a little bit more information on that as we go. This is just very, very initial stages with that. Upcoming events, the ETH Berlin team are preparing a 2.5 conference, which will be a virtual conference as no physical events can happen. We will be participating in that with a sticker competition and some more engagement pieces. Stay tuned for that. ETH Online, I will be judging and mentoring throughout, and also did a bit of emceeing on Friday. And then the Vancouver Biennale is going to be very, very exciting, particularly as we move towards a little bit more work within the NFT space. We'll do some panels with Super Rare during the event, and we'll also have a sticker competition there. So some very, very good quality stickers coming into the sticker market. And that is pretty much it in a nutshell. I'll hand over to Jinhao, and he'll go through the stats for Q3 for ambassadors. Jinhao?
Yep. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So in Q3, we welcomed 14 new ambassadors, and the ambassador count has been 55. And the new ambassadors were mostly from Eastern Europe or Latin America, and Ukrainian and the Nigerian ambassadors were very active in Q3 in particular. Next slide, please. In Q3, ambassadors completed 115 tasks in total, which are the highest number of completed tasks since the relaunch of the ambassador program last year. The spike of the completed tasks resulted from the recent payout structure updates for ambassadors. We made the rewards table public on the ambassador program landing page, and some ambassadors who were kind of inactive for a long time came back to the ambassador program thanks to the transparent reward system. But due to the limited budget, we had to adjust the amount of the SNT rewards for each task several times. Most of the completed tasks were related to translation, blog posts, and or video content. But we also had a lot of technical contributions from ambassadors in Q3. We can find some featured tasks in the next slide. Next slide, please. The audio messaging, which was implemented in V1.5, like it has been developed by it was developed by our Italian ambassador Enrico, And it was the first major feature in status implemented by an ambassador, and it improved the chatting experience of status a lot. And our South African ambassador Malik has strongly contributed to status desktop by merging 18 pull requests until now. He learned NIM and all the other required tech stacks to contribute to status. He has shown an ideal case as an open source project, so we are going to push out a blog post featuring Malik soon. As to content, Yaroslav, our Ukrainian ambassador, pushed out a series of YouTube videos introducing status to the Russian community. And Perlumi published informative blog posts presenting status as well. And as I mentioned before, Ukrainian ambassadors did amazing work on the status translation in Russian. They also reviewed our website very thoroughly and helped grow the status Russian Ukrainian community very much. Also, our ambassador Ero finished all the Turkish translation, status Turkish translation alone. And the feature tasks I listed here are just a piece of examples that I wanted to recognize. So besides these tasks, all the ambassadors in the status community successfully represented status in their region and helped spread the word of status, producing useful content. Next slide, please. Thanks to our ambassadors and open source contributors across the world, status was able to be translated into 14 different languages. So you can find that 24 contributors translated 25,133 words in Q3, enabling more people across the world to use status. And our homepage also has been published in 12 different languages, thanks to the help of our communities. In Q4, the ambassador program will focus on bringing more ambassadors from diverse countries and diverse backgrounds, and growing status channels for local communities with local ambassadors. And we conducted a referral program pilot testing with ambassadors, but stopped it temporarily due to some security issues and bugs in the middle. We're still investigating this issue. Thank you. That's it from my end.
Thank you, Jinho and Simona, for those updates. Really interesting. Right, that's it from everyone at Status. Sorry, we have no question and answers today because everyone is so busy on Status Build. So we thought we would leave those and follow up with any questions anyone has in 2 weeks' time on the 26th of October. Thanks everyone for listening, and we will see you in 2 weeks.